Kava Kava is my favorite herb, and there's a lot of really kind of cool lore around Kava Kava. In fact, there's multiple stories as far as where the Kava Kava herb comes from. My favorite is there were two orphans, and they were brother and sister orphans. They were poor, but they found a way to live together out in the forest. And one day a soldier came, and he was lost, and he came through, and the kids, they were like, okay, hey, we'll feed you, we'll offer you a place to sleep. They were kind, they invited him in. In that time, the soldier fell in love with the sister, and he wanted her to marry him and come away with him, and she didn't want to. And this made the warrior angry, and a fight kind of broke out. The brother stepped in, he's like, hey, get away. And in the attempts to shoot the brother with an arrow, he accidentally shot the sister. And he was full of cowardice, ran away, never to be seen again. The brother, he was heartbroken, he buried his sister, and for a whole year, he wanted to die. He just was so sad. And one day, he was visiting the grave of his sister, and there was this plant growing over the grave. And he saw a little small mouse come up, and the mouse chewed on this plant and died. And he said, you know what? That's what I want to do. I just want to die. I don't want to live anymore. And so he decided to eat the plant. But when he ate the plant, he was overcome with a sensation of peace and relaxation. And the legend has it is that the sister sent that piece of Kava Kava, that peacefulness, and that's how we get Kava Kava. There's also other stories about how one of the early snake gods sent Kava Kava to give us a way to reconnect with the pantheon of gods. And there's a lot of different stories out there as far as where Kava Kava comes from. It's a really kind of a fascinating Polynesian herb. It can be used for a variety of purposes, but the primary purpose for using Kava Kava is as a sedative or a relaxation enhancer. It is something that can give you an inebriating effect. It's not going to make you completely wasted, but it is something that can alter your consciousness a little bit. It's been used in the Polynesian Islands for centuries for just that purpose, in religious ceremonies, special ceremonies, and just getting together and being friends. The traditional way to drink it is to make a paste out of it, and using ground up kava, they would make a paste, and then you could make a drink, and it's a cold drink. Actually, early on, I didn't realize it was a cold drink. I was making hot kava tea, and it turned off a lot of my friends because they were like, no, how can you ever drink this? The flavor of kava is not what you might consider something that, I would say it is a acquired taste, Kava Kava. However, I actually am trying out this new kind here. This is from a company called Drinkroot. Drinkroot is a company that makes instant kava. They've made the actual kava drink and then they evaporated it, so all you have to do is add water. So it's actually all of the straining, all of the paste and all that process has already happened. Then they make the tea, then all they do is just evaporate it. So it's kind of a cool thing. Kava Kava is one of those things where you don't really want to get the bits, like the little grinds. It's better to strain your kava. Now you can get the nets, or they're like little straining kind of bags that you can use, and that is a little bit more of a traditional way. In my previous video, I used a French press, like a coffee French press, and that's another great way. That's typically how I'll do it if I'm using actually regular kava grounds. Now on here, it's got the it says premium organic kava, so it's nice and organic, and it gives you a basic rundown. This could be 2 servings, but I like mine strong, so I'm going to use it in 1 serving. I've been taking Kava Kava for 20 years now, and I don't always take it every single day. It's not like I take it every single day. There'll be some weeks that I will have kava every single night or afternoon. And then I might go months without having kava again. So it's not something I do every single day on a regular basis, and I haven't done it every single day for 20 years. I would highly recommend, if you have liver problems, not to use this. Just be on the safe side. I never use kava and alcohol in the same day. So that's just as a rule, just to be on the safe side. The studies that came out, it was around 2002, that made a lot of news, was that people who were using it as a way to get off of alcohol were noticing liver damage. Now, if you use, your liver can only take so much. So, I will say that as far as the safety concerns, if you feel like your liver is something that is a concern for you, don't use kava, just be on the safe side. But honestly, millions of people around the world use it every single day. And it's generally within reason, and don't go, getting crazy. It's not going to be a big problem, in my opinion. Just don't do alcohol or any other things that are heavy on the liver in the same day as you do kava, and you shouldn't have a problem. There's a lot of research on kava. The thing that most people use Kava Kava for is for anxiety, stress relief, and also to help them go to sleep at night. So there's some research that shows that people who use Kava Kava before going to bed generally get a deeper sleep, and they get to sleep faster and sleep longer. I have noticed some of that, but primarily I use kava maybe in the evenings. Rather than drinking alcohol or something like that, I will drink kava. There's no hangover, and you'll notice I really haven't put a lot of water in here. I'm going to drink it in a very more of a concentrated form. It's an acquired taste. Once you start to like it though, you start to like it. And one of the things I like about Kava Kava is that it's not like, for instance, it's not like you're going to be slurring your speech or making bad decisions after drinking kava. It literally just is a nice, relaxing drink. So cheers to you, and I'm just gonna kind of give you a review of Drinkroot. Okay, so one of the reasons I was swishing around in my mouth is to see if I was going to get the numb tongue. Sometimes whenever you drink kava, if you're familiar with kava, you get a numbing effect in your mouth. And so this particular brand doesn't have that. There's a little bit of it, but it's not like a really, sometimes you get it so strong you can't feel your tongue. I'm getting a little bit on the tip of my tongue. Not quite as strong there. The flavor though is actually really good. So I will give you that, guys. Drinkroot, the flavor is actually really good. It's not so pungent. I really do like what they did on the flavor. It's just this little package that you would take, and you'd have a little water, and it's easy to stow and easy to take with you. I am feeling the effects already. So it is a nice, pleasant, relaxing feeling. The thing about kava is that it's not intoxicating. It's something that is just a nice, mild, inebriating effect without getting intoxicating, without getting dangerous. So here's to you. Always make sure you get every little bit of it. Yeah, I like that. If you'd like to purchase Drinkroot, take a look at the link below, and you can get your Drinkroot there. I'm actually probably going to make an order again for this when I'm done. The reason for it is because, yeah, the potency's there. I didn't get the numb tongue that I oftentimes get whenever I make my own, but I definitely feel the effects already. And I should feel the effects. Usually it's about 20 minutes to 30 minutes, and then you come back and you don't feel the effects anymore. It's really not a long period of time that you feel the effects. And again, it's not like I'm going to start making drunk dials and be too kavad out to do other things. Only whenever you drink a lot of it does that happen, and it's not like being drunk, it's just like being tired. So anyway, I just wanted to make this update about Kava Kava. It is my favorite herb, just because it's so reliable, and it's so good for anxiety, so good for just calming down and de-stressing. So guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully this has been helpful. Take a look at the company Drinkroot if you'd like to in the description box below. And don't forget to go out there and be kind to one another.